We already have Next.js, and React Router v7 just went full stack with its framework mode. So, why did TanStack build their own framework? And more importantly, what kind of problem are they trying to solve that others are not? Meet TanStack Start. Today, we are not just introducing it, we're trying to understand why it exists. I'm Tapas, a software engineer with 20 plus years of real world experience in building and debugging production systems. On this channel, we go beyond tutorial. We master fundamentals, we fix real bugs, and we think like engineers. If you are someone who is serious about leveling up your dev career, just hit the subscribe. Remember, TanStack is not something new. It's an existing ecosystem which holds bunch of useful React libraries like TanStack Router, TanStack Query, Table, Form, Virtual, etc. Now, this TanStack Start, their framework, the new framework, is not a random framework launch. Rather, it's an integration, as a vertical integration of some of their existing system. And at the core of it, you have the TanStack Router. TanStack Start is actually the router first framework. TanStack Start at its version 0 now with the release candidate. It means that it's something that you can start using. It is stable, but may not be bugs free. It's very, very new. So it's a full stack framework powered by TanStack Router, and this framework is available for both React and Solid. It gives you the enterprise grade routing, and this is a file based routing. It provides you the server functions, it provides you server side rendering, the streaming capabilities, and the best part is the end to end type safety. The framework doesn't lock you with any of its vendor cloud. Rather, you are free to deploy your application anywhere you want. And we'll see some of this when you get to the code and try setting up our TanStack Start project. While TanStack Start, like many other framework, gives you the SSR, streaming, client first, 100% server capable, all this feature. But what stands out here is routing. The router is the foundation. There is no framework magic. It is the router that makes things much more simpler and gives lot of power and control to you as a developer or architect to take the call. However, you need to be mindful about the relevant limitations. That's there in the documentation itself. And while making this video, it's in release candidate, so it is obvious that there will be certain features which will be coming in near future. One of them is RSC, React Server Components. That's what the documentation says. The only relevant limitation is that TanStack Start doesn't have current support for React Server Components, but they're working actively to get this thing done. Otherwise, TanStack Start provides the same capability as other full stack framework like Next.js, Remix, etc. And even somewhere you will be finding the feature list is little more and flexible for you to adapt and use. Now, let us quickly do some hands-on coding with TanStack Start. Let us create a project and see how things lay out for us and what is what that framework is giving so that we can map out. I'll be using this command pnpm create at tanstack slash start at latest. Now you can use npm also, you can use yarn also. I'm using pnpm. Okay, so with this command, let's press enter. Now it's asking what would you like to name your project. Let's name it as, say, demo app, because we're doing for the demo. Now it's asking what is the tool chain that you're going to use. I am the fan of ESLint, so I'm going to use ESLint. I would definitely suggest, even if it's a demo project, go with ESLint. All right, now it's asking select the deployment adapter, and this is where I want to put some focus. You see Cloudflare, you see Netlify, you see Nitro, you see Railway. So this is the platform where you can deploy your TanStack Start framework application. Of course, you can try out on any other providers also, but these are the things. If you select from, it will give you the configurations required for you to deploy to this individual platform. So if I select Netlify, I will get the configuration files required to deploy on Netlify. Let's go ahead with the selection. Now it's asking, would you like to include demo slash example pages? You can, you may not. Let's go ahead with yes. And then what add-ons you would like your project to start with. This is very beautiful stuff. Now, once you're using a framework, you would most likely to be going for a full stack application. In a full stack application, you would need variety of things. You would need database, you would need auth system, you may need CMS, you may need form, you may need MCP support, you may need libraries like ShatCN, etc. Now, from this list, whatever you need, you can one by one select. For example, Clerk, you know that is an authentication framework. You can go for Sentry, which is error monitoring. You can go for Strapi, which is a CMS. Like you can go for React compiler. You can go for model context provider, which is MCP, or you can go for ShatCN. So whatever the basic support you need for your project, all the configurations related to that you can select. So I'm selecting ShatCN for now. Now, would you like an example of events, resume, etc.? No, I don't need. I will go ahead with none. Would you like to initialize a new Git repository? At this point, no. Now is installing all the dependencies using the pnpm. And once the installation is done, I'll be able to go to my code editor and will be able to explain what the code that it is generating and what each of the part of the code will be doing. That's it. It's done. If I see inside this folder, I have the demo app now. Let's go to Visual Studio Code. Here I got the entire code base that's got generated. I see components, I see lib, I see routes. My focus is on this routes folder. Inside that, there is something called __ root.tsx. Then you also have something called router.tsx. You have index.tsx, you have about.tsx. Let's get familiar with these files because each of these things having a role to play. First thing is the router.tsx. This is the file that will dictate the behavior of TanStack Router. Here you can configure possibly everything. And you have to remember that this particular file must export a function called getRouter. Inside that, you will write your router configuration. And as you see, it uses create TanStack Router to initialize the router. And the create TanStack Router is coming from TanStack's own router library. After you do your router configuration, the next thing that you need to focus on is the entry point of your application. This is the entry point for all the routes of your application. This is where you define your SEO meta related information that usually goes inside the head tag of your HTML. This is how you define the name, content, the title of your application, SEO description, etc. You link any style sheet that you have. For example, I have a style sheet that I've already imported here called from style.css. And as I've imported this, I'm using it over here. You can see that I'm linking it over here. If you have a footer component, you can use that. And then between header and footer, you dynamically replace the pages as children. If you're already using Next.js, you can probably relate it to the Next.js layout, something like that, where you have all the static parts, header, footer, everything defined, but the actual page content gets replaced runtime based on the route and get placed between header and footer usually. And on the same layout file of Next.js, you also define all your metadata, etc. This is a file when it comes to TanStack Start. Okay, so we learned two things. One is where you define your all routing, which is like router.tsx. Second, what is the entry point of your TanStack Start application or the routing, which is the __ root.tsx. Now let's take a look into this index.tsx file. This is going to define the top level route, which is the slash route. Now, how do you map slash route to a particular component? This is done by create file route API, which comes from TanStack's React Router. Again, TanStack Start framework is very much based on the router library that comes from TanStack. And here you define that this particular path, when it matches slash, you're going to mount this app component. Now, how can I define an about component? Very easy, right? Under the routes folder, you're going to create another file called about.tsx. It's a file-based routing. Inside the about, you will be doing a mapping of slash about with the about component. Exactly same that we have seen for index, right? So like this, if you need another marketing page, you need another blog page in those routes like blog, you'll be creating the routes file marketing.tsx, dashboard.tsx, etc. Now there are a few other things to notice. While setting it up, I had selected ShatCN as one of the add-on. I had also selected Netlify as my deployment server or deployment cloud place where I'm going to deploy this particular application. So you can see over here .netlify. This particular folder has been given to me. It has come over here. And also there is a netlify.toml file will be read by the Netlify platform. I have also selected ShatCN. As I've selected ShatCN, I have got this components.json file, which define all the components related configurations coming from ShatCN. Not only that, it has also created the lib folder with utils.ts, which define the cn function, the special function that SharedCN uses. So if you use Tailwind and SharedCN with any of the project, be it React.js, Next.js, or anything else, you know what CN does. In case you're new to it, I have already created a video explaining the internal of the CN function. Take a look into it. Excellent. Now, I think we can go ahead and start running this application. To do that, you can do pnpm run dev or npm run dev. Is running on localhost 3000. Coming to localhost 3000, I can clearly see this application is running. This is the application got bootstrapped from the project that we have created. We have not really changed anything. The first thing you'll be doing is changing each of these home page, about page based on your requirements. So this is nice, right? We have seen the routes are defined with the create file route API coming from TanStack's own router. Is strongly typed, no kind of magic strings, and the path is inferred from the file system, and it is very explicit where you're saying that this particular URL fragment matching goes to this particular component in a programmatic way. That's great. Similar to each of these things that we're seeing under routes folder, there are a few other things that we'll be exploring in the upcoming videos, like how to deal with a server function, when you should have a server function, how to do the SSR, how to do the streaming, when do you need streaming, right? All these things are for the future videos. Today is a high level overview. The best part that I have found with TanStack Start so far is the server logic and the client logic can share the types automatically. That's kind of a wow moment. And apart from the fact that once you start working with TanStack Start, you will be automatically feeling that you have a lot more control in terms of the APIs that are provided to you and the stuff that you're going to build based on those APIs. When you talk about a React based framework like TanStack Start, I think it's obvious that there will be a comparison drawn with Next.js, which is widely used today. React based framework. So, how do I see the Next.js and the TanStack Start if I put a very high level comparison? Of course, Next.js, very, very strong framework, but it is built on top of one philosophy that RSC first, React Server Component first, right? It is opinionated. People automatically connects it to Vercel, and Next.js goes really well with Vercel. There are a lot of strong connections between the Vercel's APIs and what Next.js is capable of. And the last thing about Next.js is it is definitely framework driven. People literally use it like a black box. They don't try to get too much into it. Rather, I would say the framework doesn't really care or allow you that as a developer, you have to go really deeper into it, which is good thing. You will worry less about what is going on under the hood. You will start using things which frameworks provide to you. On the other side, what I'm identifying about the TanStack Start is TanStack Start is rather optimized for control and the type safety, while Next.js is optimized for its own convention as a framework and for the opinions. So if I have to make the call out for TanStack Start, I would call it out as router first, type first, very much composable, and Vite powered. I think the Vite and the TanStack router together made it a very, very solid combination so that you can build composable UI using this framework. So for my experience with TanStack Start, like it feels like that you are building your own architecture, but with a lot of guardrails around it. So it is less magic, it is more explicit structure. Now, a bigger question to ask, is it something that you need to learn today? Uh, Let me give you my opinion. You may agree or you may disagree. TanStack Start is for you if you already love TanStack Query, if you're already using the TanStack domain ecosystem. If you care about the type safety, type inference deeply, yes, it's for you. If you want predictable routing, the routing is extremely predictable. If you're a user of TanStack Router, you already know that. And this piece is built on top of that. And you don't want to heavily depend on RSC, React Server Component. That support itself is not there as of today. That might come tomorrow. But if you're someone who really don't want to depend on RSC so much, then I think TanStack Start is a very good option for you to start looking into and see how you're going to adapt. The main point over here is if you're already on the TanStack ecosystem, I think getting into TanStack Start would be an ideal choice. At the same time, it may not be for you if you want a massive ecosystem today. TanStack Start is just born. It will start growing eventually. Next.js is there. It's like full-fledged. It's a massive ecosystem. There are a lot of help available. So if you want something like that, a massive ecosystem, you should go for Next.js. I don't think that TanStack Start is about replacing Next.js. This is more about a shift. That's how frameworks are being built. If you see in the TanStack Start case, the router are the foundation. Type safety is at the core, at the heart of this feature. Server logic is without complexity using the server functions. And in the next video, I'm going to get more deeper where I'll compare TanStack Start directly with Next.js architecture to architecture. I'm sure that you will find that video helpful. So the real question is not, do we need another framework? Rather, the question should be asked is, in which direction React is moving today? TanStack feels that the direction for React is a type-safe, router-based full stack application. Instead of building many independent libraries like router, query, form, table, etc., TanStack Start brings everything together into one coherent full stack framework. So I don't think TanStack built TanStack Start because React needed another framework or Next.js needed a competitor. They built it because their ecosystem had already become a framework in disguise. And I think TanStack Start is simply that particular moment where they're making it official. They had bunch of libraries already with routing, table, virtual, etc. Mix them together, build a framework, give it to the system. If you're already in that ecosystem, it is far easy for you to get started with this particular framework than switching gear to something else altogether. So I hope you like this introduction to TanStack Start. Again, it was not a video meant to get inside TanStack Start and teach you every APIs, rather to clarify in my point of view why TanStack is building a framework today and if it is the right time for you to start looking into this framework. And in the next video, I'll compare TanStack Start versus Next.js, architecture to architecture, framework to framework, data fetching, and all the places that make sense to you. I hope you don't want to miss that. Please subscribe. Stay with tapaScript. Coming soon.